Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to a video on getting started with Edgenuity. I'm going to go ahead and get to the Edgenuity login page and get on logged in. You'll have your own credentials. Actually, you'll probably end up just going in through Clever, clicking right on Edgenuity. And once you're in, things will look a little bit different if you were with us last time. This is the new student experience. You can see on here on the dashboard, you have a list of all your classes. Right now, as a test student, I have 6 classes that I'm enrolled in. I have not made any progress in any of them except for my high school health A class. So what kind of information do we see on here? Well, first, for each of your classes, you're able to see a little bar that indicates if you are ahead, if you are on target, or if you are behind. Right now, I'm on target for all my classes, and I'm ahead in my high school health A class. If I'm behind, I'll have a bar in red, hopefully giving you a little nudge that you need to do some catch up in that class. Hey, what else do I see? I see my overall grade. So for health, I'm a little bit ahead, and I've done some assignments. Right now I have a 93.3%, which is an A. 80s, 70s, 60%. You'll kind of get in a gauge on if you are working at pace in a class and a quick idea on how well you're doing in that class. If you're getting a low grade in the 60s and the 50s, you might want to go back and redo some things. Okay, anyways, a lot of good information right here on the front page. You also, on the top right, have access to an inbox, an email system. If I go in here, I can quickly pull up my inbox. I don't have any messages, but I can quickly compose a message to any of the teachers. So let me send a message to myself here. To Jean Close, hey there, I need some help, please. When can we meet? Send it off. And whoops, add the recipient. There we go. I will send it off. And there you go. It's another way to do it. I would definitely recommend, though, messaging more through Canvas, as it works a little bit quicker. However, you can message through Edgenuity if you're working in this system, and teachers will be paying attention to that as well, although they may not check it as quickly as they would through just regular email. Okay, so we've talked about the dashboard, we've got messaging, we've got a pace grade. Let's look into a little more detail on a class. Let's click on High School Health A because I actually have some work done. If I click next activity, it'll take me into the very next lesson component to do, which is either a warm-up, a quiz, an assignment, an essay, something like that. But if I just want to see overall how I'm doing, this little icon right here, or if I click anywhere on the bar, it'll take me to the course map. So let's just take a look at what my course map looks like for High School Health A. You can see there we are, we're on the course map. And what do we see? Well, on September 3rd, we can see quickly what dates, what due dates we're supposed to do different things. So September 3rd is our first week of school. Hopefully you guys are already getting started with things. What else can we see? We see the different lesson components. This introduction activity was estimated to take 15 minutes, and I'm still waiting for a teacher to grade it. There's other components that are already graded. So the warm-up, the instruction, those are non-graded activities. So I don't have a grade. We can see how much time you spent on it. This was a very long lesson. It took me an hour and a half to work through this one. And then there's my first assignment. I got 100% on it. It took me about 10 minutes, 50 seconds. I get a check mark as I have things done. And I'm showing that I'm ahead in this class because I'm already working on stuff for September 5th, but it's way back in the summer and September 5th hasn't even come up yet. So we're kind of cruising our way along. There's my first quiz. I got a 90%. You can see a lot of information on here on the course map. Some other things to notice, the short writing assignment, I'm waiting for the teacher to grade it. So if you don't get a grade right away, it's because it's one of those things the teachers have to go in and grade it, and periodically it may take a few days for them to get caught up or respond to what you just turned in. But I do have new feedback from a teacher. We'll get into that a little more in the next video for next week, but I just want to familiarize you with the course map. It makes it really easy to see what lesson component you should be doing, whether you have it done, what your grade for any of these activities are, and what you should be doing next. So my next thing I'm working on is the warm-up. It should take me about 4 minutes. If I click right on it, I'm ready to go. Off to the right side, so this is the course map. I'm in the first unit, Welcome to Health A. Actually, I'm in the unit alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. And I can see an overall view of my unit kind of stepping back on the right side here. So here's the alcohol, tobacco, and drugs unit. I've finished the first lesson in that unit, the alcohol use and its dangers, and I'm now working on this second lesson. And I have a couple more lessons, but I can see that there is a test coming up eventually. I can toggle through and see, oh, there's unit 2, all the stuff in unit 2. There's unit 3, and I have a cumulative exam at the very end of this class. So on the far right section over here gives you kind of the bigger view, but on the main section right here, I can see everything I need to do in this unit. On the left, we have a couple little toggles. As you're working through a lesson, you have access to take notes, digital notes, or what we call e-notes. You can access those e-notes at any time by clicking on e-notes. So here for the lesson, I haven't taken any notes in anything yet, but if I wanted to go back and review for a quiz or a test or an exam, I could come up, click on the little notes tab, and I could go through and say, what did I want to remember for alcohol use and its dangers? What was important in that lesson? And just review all the lessons, review all my notes, and then I'm ready for the test. When I want to go back to the course map, toggle back on here. All right, so hopefully this gives you a really good overview of how to get into Edgenuity, how to see where you are, what you should be working on, what your scores are. If I want to get back to the overall dashboard, on the top left, click on this little navigator icon, and I can toggle to a different class, or I can go straight back home again. All right, I'll look forward to seeing your responses. Have fun exploring in Edgenuity, and hopefully you learned some good stuff from this video.